everyone. My name is Dedrick, and welcome to Historical Trash Box, where we talk about history in the trashiest way. I am partnered here with Rat King, and we are going to do part 3 of the Cold War. Probably going to be the final part because, Jesus, this took a long time. It's 3 different parts. That's 3 weeks worth of content right there. So hopefully the next thing that we're going to focus on is World War I, which should be interesting. So, last time we left off after John F. Kennedy's assassination. So, moving on to the rest of the 60s, after JFK's death, Vice President Lyndon B. Johnson, or LBJ for short, became president. Pretty much right after he became president, the problem that was the Vietnam War made itself clear. I can't do it much justice in this podcast, but to explain it shortly and why it happened, think of the Korean War. Like, you know how the North was communist and the South was not? Now picture that with the country of Vietnam, except the war was about 4 times more damaging because of how strong and smart the Viet Cong was. We hope to do an episode on the Vietnam War one day, someday. It's probably going to be a little bit of a way, but during the Cold War, there was some financial wars. Can I speak? Called the arms race and the space race. To sum them up, the arms race and the space race. Well, the arms race was about more powerful military, like how powerful each of the United States and the Soviet Union was, and the space races on who was more whose technology was more powerful space-wise. Like, basically, space race was who's going to make it first to the moon. And JFK made a speech in, I think, 1962, basically saying that he basically said he wanted to get a man on the moon by the end of the 60s, which they did. It's just a little bit further ahead, but in 1969, I think, yes, 1969, we got a man on the moon. So, woohoo! But yeah, the space race, the USA won the space race by making it to the moon first, but the arms race throughout the entire Cold War was a tie. So, Rat King, would you like to say your piece? Just summarizing on what I just said.
Woohoo! The moon. That's probably, like, I was listening, right? And then I'm sorry, but I kind of spaced out a little, and then I heard the moon, and I was like, what? What about the moon? And then I just started listening again. I don't know, I zoned out randomly. I apologize for that.
It's okay. So basically what I said was LBJ, Lyndon B. Johnson, becoming president after JFK's assassination, not being able to do justice on the Vietnam War, and space race and the arms race.
Ooh, space race.
Ooh.
Well, yeah.
But yeah, that summed up pretty much what was happening in the... Sorry to cut you off, but that pretty much summed up what was happening in the 1960s.
Yeah. It's pretty whack. If I can say so myself. Space race was whack. JFK's assassination, whack. Everything's whack, you know? It was pretty cool, though. Like, the space race and everything.
Yeah, it was a really cool time. It was a very important time because it would...
Yeah.
Because whoever won would be more dominant, and that makes the other country more jealous. So, yeah. More jelly, like peanut butter and jelly.
Russia is jealous of us. Sorry, don't take that seriously.
Yeah, we don't want Putin. Damn hacking into computers. What did those kids just say?
Why is Vladimir at my door?
But yeah, sorry to cut you off, but actually, I forgot to say something. I'm clicking off of the meat right now because I wanted to say thanks to these small YouTubers that subscribe to us. They are really cool. I checked out some of their videos, and damn, they're very cool.
Thank you.
Yep.
Sorry.
thank you guys for subscribing. Congrats to this one right here for getting to 400 subscribers. And yeah, if we get to 1,000 subscribers, guess what? You guys might be able to be in videos one day. So, yeah. Yep, get us to 1K. But yeah, going into the 1970s, just before the 1970s, actually, Richard Nixon, who ran versus JFK in 1960 and lost, went up against versus Lyndon B. Johnson. Well, no, Lyndon B. Johnson's VP, because for some reason Lyndon B. Johnson or LBJ did not want to run again because of some racial issues. Apparently, he was considered to be a racist, but if you look at the facts, it wasn't so much. But yeah, there's a movie about LBJ that me and my parents watched one day, and it is very good. So yeah, look up LBJ movie with Bryan Cranston in it. That is an amazing movie. It's like 2 hours long, really good. But yeah, Richard Nixon won versus LBJ's VP in 1969. And in 1971, the leader of the Soviet Union, Nikita Khrushchev, died of a heart attack, and he was succeeded by Leonid Brezhnev, who, in my opinion, wasn't much better, but also wasn't horrible. He definitely did more for the government than for the people, but I mean that's not so horrible. Yeah. In 1972, Nixon invited to meet with the leader of the People's Republic of China, Mao Zedong, and organizing this meeting decreased the tension between the United States and China, while China's relationship with the USSR or Soviet Union tensed up really, really bad. Also that year, SALT I was signed, which was how to put. So basically, any testing of nuclear weapons or really powerful weapons in space, on the ground, in sea was limited because it was affecting. Like you can't. Like it also said that you can't do nuclear testing in the air or in the water because that affects everybody. And also to bring up something up, but not extremely off topic, the Soviet Union and the United States, they both lost nuclear weapons throughout this war, like trying to travel them around or just exporting them to other countries so they had a better angle on each country. Some planes would fall into the water, would get shot down and fall into the water, and nuclear weapon. There's hundreds of nuclear weapons in the ocean. So sleep well at night with that. Woo.
No.
Yeah. SALT I was also signed this year, which was the beginning of détente, which basically means the overwhelming tension decreased. And I probably butchered the word détente. I don't speak French. I'm trying to learn Spanish right now.
I'm trying to learn Spanish right now. Speaking of that, I actually have learned some new words. And I'm Mexican, so that sounds really bad. But
yeah, we're both of Mexican heritage, and well, we should.
How to speak?
Yeah, we should learn Spanish. We should know Spanish, but we don't know it very well.
Yeah.
And that's sad.
I used to know it. I think my mom tells me, but I don't know.
Yeah.
I was like, oh, English.
Yeah, I'm trying to do classes on Spanish, and well, I'm not doing great, but I know I'm Mexican because I have the Mexicanos accent. Like when I speak certain words in Spanish, you can hear that I have a Mexicanos accent.
Yes.
But yeah, overall, 1972 was an important year in history in the Cold War. Moving on to 1973, the Vietnam War ended with the North winning. And it was I know why the United States left the Vietnam War, because it was almost impossible to do anything. Like you would maybe get some advancements, but not a lot. And one reason why LBJ or JFK didn't stop the Vietnam War was because of the domino effect. If South Vietnam fell, what would happen next? Laos, Cambodia, Burma, India? Who would fall next? So they didn't want to stop. They didn't want to stop the war, but Richard Nixon made the tough choice of bringing our young men home, which I'm glad they did, because now we have a lot of Vietnam veterans. Which is nice to hear the stories that they tell. It's also scary. West Germany and East Germany were inducted into the United Nations also in 1973, but were not given membership until 1985. Well, East Germany wasn't. West Germany had. In 1974, Gerald Ford became president after Nixon resigned due to the Watergate scandal, which to sum up the Watergate scandal, he was selling information to other people and used his power over the CIA, FBI, and IRS to make sure that information did not get out into the public. But when it did, he resigned and Gerald Ford became president. Skipping over 1975 and 1976 into 1977, Jimmy Carter became president, but didn't really do anything extraordinary until 1979, where he signed the alliance with China, completely breaking China's and the USSR's relationship. And I feel like that's a decent place to stop off, because that's the end of the 1970s. So, Rat King, would you like to say your piece? Like what you thought about what happened in history?
Wow. I'm not really one to give much of an opinion. Well, that's kind of what I'm here for, but wow. That part about the veteran bit, though, yes. Like, it was, wow, like, that was nuts. I can't say anything other than wow, I'm sorry.
Yeah, well, it is a wow moment.
It was a whack moment also.
Yeah.
Yeah. Like you're in a war, right?
Mm-hmm.
And you've gone through some stuff. You've seen some stuff. And then they just pull out and you're just like, well, what do I do now? I've seen all this. I've done all these things. How do I return to a peaceful life?
Yeah, that's the thing I don't want to go into the military, because that's the thing that scares me the most. Like, I'm not honestly going into like the boot camps and stuff. That kind of scares me, definitely.